Hi there, Aquarius. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 22nd of August. Now, the stereotype for your sign, mine too, is that money is not really a driving factor. Value comes from just having a sense of honesty and integrity around your dealings. But that doesn't mean to say that us Aquarians shouldn't enjoy the potential to actually enrich ourselves in whichever way, as long as it's ethical and perhaps also in the process helping other people. And this is a week when the chance for you to enjoy some kind of improvement to your financial circumstances is actually very strong. The Sun is going to be leaving your sector of relating, and this is going to move into Virgo on Tuesday. Here he joins up with Venus, Mercury and Jupiter. And of course Mercury and Jupiter were combining last week in a very helpful way. Well, they continue to do so this week, but from Wednesday Venus goes alongside. Now this can have a very important romantic dimension, especially if you're fortunate enough to be in a relationship which just seems to be getting deeper and much closer and more committed at every turn. Perhaps you and your partner are going to really take a step to formulate or forge that bond in a much more formal way. On the other hand, maybe if you're a little freer in your associations, you're just going to have some kind of sizzling, mesmeric connection to someone. And it could be very sexual, it could be more towards a connection which just is really quite moving to your senses. But when it comes to the more prosaic side of life, if you are involved in a small business, you're trying to make some improvements around your situation in terms of your long-term prospects, perhaps around property, this collection of influences can be mightily helpful. And the key is to allow it to happen, to not feel that it's not right, to judge it, or to not feel worthy of this good news coming your way. Now, of course, Saturn, the traditional ruler of Aquarius, is continuing to be very closely shadowed by Mars, the power planet, the planet of instant gratification. But this is in your sector of friendships and future plans. The two came together mid last week. They continue side by side all of this week, but they're affected by Neptune in your sector of everyday finances. So I do feel it's important to continue to have realistic expectations about what the world's really like. And if you are involved in any transactions whatsoever, although there is this potential, this wider potential for good news, you still need to modulate some of your hopes based on how that world really works. But I think in a more personal sense, this could be about your values in terms of relationships and not actually about money per se. It's more about how you mesh in with some people in your world. And I think this particular influence can make you more aware of who's really solid, who's a citizen who really wants to be part of your situation, and perhaps the people who don't quite come up to some of those expectations, meet your needs. And there could be some changes still evolving as far as your close friendships are concerned, or even your long distance future planning. There is a quarter moon in your sister air sign of Gemini, which occurs on Thursday. And this points towards an attraction with someone which could really make your heart beat a lot quicker. But whether it would be a long-lasting one or whether it would be one that would be really good for you is another matter. In an existing relationship, it also points towards a resistance on your part to anyone controlling you too much, especially around your need to be a free, independent person. But of course, we have to give something to get freedom. It's not something we can just sit back and expect to get only on our terms. But if something does seem a little bit too inhibiting, then maybe this quarter moon is going to see you think very carefully about it. But it's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.